This is cassava, a staple crop that brings food security to many African LDCs due to its climate adaptability, resilience to harsh conditions, and high yield potential, sustaining over 500 million Africans daily.
Cassava is a good source of nutrients. It can withstand harsh conditions. There are several diseases that affect cassava, and they make the roots unedible.
These diseases are decimating cassava crops by 40 to 100%, yet under-resourced farms lack the means to diagnose and treat these issues. This means they're unable to take advantage of economies of scale, and as a result, harvest less per acre. But there are millions of stories just like these across the globe. California faces major water scarcity. India's under-resourced farms are producing depreciating yields. The Midwest faces mass soil degradation. Brazil is facing deforestation due to extensive agriculture. China faces declining arable land due to industrial activities affecting soil and water quality. The common denominator? We've distilled these issues in 12 key industry gaps in agtech that plague both first world countries and third world countries alike. These gaps tie into the classic global dilemma we face today. As the global population increases exponentially, the amount of arable land we have available remains constant, and the amount of food production remains linear. The question is, how do we farm to meet that demand in a way that's crop efficient, water conserving, soil regenerative, and sustainable, given the constraints posed by climate change, environmental degradation, and under-resourced agricultural communities? Developed with React Native and JavaScript for the front end, and Python, TensorFlow, and Keras for the ML side, I created Agsight to respond to these pressing questions. Agsight is a novel SaaS business offered as a cost-effective machine learning app to help under-resourced farmers, agribusinesses, and home gardeners. Upon opening the app, inputting our personal details, verifying our email, and filling out a brief questionnaire, the app gathers 3 crucial data points that informs the rest of its features: the farm's locations, the crops grown, and the field, or plot, in which they grow, using a convolutional neural network or CNN to classify different types of agricultural plots and segment them from satellite images of the location. After logging in, we can see a detailed breakdown of the crops in our plots. By aggregating location-specific geospatial and remote sensing data and using climatic data points from them as features or computer vision deep learning models that use Keras for predictive metrics, the app calculates and visualizes metrics for crop phenology, vegetative health, indicators of crop hydration, photosynthetic productivity, and microclimatic land surface temperature. The app allows us to take a photo and automatically diagnose a plant disease using a deep convolutional neural network model trained on data from over 40,000 images of plant leaves that performs multi-class classification using Keras. When an initial results report, I applied 8 image augmentations to diversify the dataset. When confidence is above the set threshold, it snapshots the frame to display the results to the user, and directs them to what steps they can take based on their specific farm. Similarly, the water feature estimates the water requirements of each farmer's crops, and plots to personalize their irrigation schedule by water use efficiency metrics using evapotranspiration data. This allows us to estimate water stress, use, crop rotation, soil moisture, and groundwater availability metrics for a personalized irrigation schedule. Here, we used an ensemble learning model with random forest and gradient boosting to predict the optimal irrigation qualities and timing for each plot. For soil, the app web scrapes USDA NCRS web soil survey data to gauge health, nutrition, moisture, acidity, and organic matter based on the soil type and climate, using the data for regression and classification tasks to predict soil moisture levels and recommend fertilizers for classification via a random forest model. Similar to the plant diagnostic, we can scan a soil sample and get a diagnosis, which uses a CNN for feature extraction from standardized and augmented soil images, followed by classification using a support vector machine that assesses soil health by correlating these visual inputs with chemical and physical soil properties. For composting, the app tracks their compost bins, generates compost recipes based on available organic waste, and pushes real-time updates on temperature, moisture, and oxygen. Next, the energy and sustainability feature uses a CNN from Onboarding to evaluate habitat biodiversity, soil carbon distribution, and the feasibility of sustainable energy installations on specific farm plots by using predictive simulations for assessing energy options. Finally, the home dashboard consolidates the other 4 features through alerts, suggestions, markets, and automated agricultural schedule, and sustainability suggestions.